Hello, this is Mac, and this is the Data Intervention series. Today I'll be talking about the analytics maturity curve and why we need it. So the analytics maturity curve, there are a lot of maturity curves out there. So the analytics maturity curve, the idea is that over time, we can get more value from our analytics determined by which different level we're at. So the first stage is basic data. Do you trust your data? Do you think it's collecting correctly? Do you think there's problems with it? Do you have basic web analytics, basic accurate data? The second stage is once you have basic data, you have a measurement plan in place, you know what events and parameters you're tracking, you know what your key conversions are. The next thing to establish is, are we doing well? So these will be your key performance indicators, there'll be metrics, and there'll be dimensions, and there'll be an emphasis on how do these relate to your business goals, how they relate to your marketing strategies, and do we have an agreed measurement framework around them? So if you're doing that, if you're judging your campaigns by agreed KPIs and targets, if you've got maybe a dashboard or a report that the team are using together and you trust your data, then you're at level two. Now, if you're at level 3, you're building upon those key foundations. So at this point, you'll normally be starting to break down if it's more about product analytics and user experience, you'll be starting to break down your audience by segments, and you'll be effectively taking slivers of that audience and looking to make optimizations based on how much you know specific customer sets, and that'll be a kind of a derivative of those KPIs and targets. You'll be collecting, using your measurement plan, effectively signals how your audience is performing, and you'll be making much more nuanced adjustments to both how much you spend with those specific audiences and how much you improve your user experience for those specific audience. So it makes it much more actionable because you start bringing the data back to your customers and that specific experience. Now, between level 3 and level 4, there's a big gap because level 1, 2, and 3 is all about mostly web analytics. It's about the online experience. It's about apps. It's about websites. As soon as you get to level 4 and you're looking to try and do some kind of automated personalization, you're really looking to kind of expand your understanding of what's happening with your customers across many different touch points, then naturally you need to move past web analytics and you need to start moving into more of an omni-channel kind of world. So that's where you're going to need different technologies and you're going to need different parts, different members of the team and different specializations. So when we're looking at that, it's a little bit more kind of, you'll hear buzzwords around personalization, you'll hear customer data platforms, you'll hear data first warehouse, you'll hear BigQuery a lot more. And if you're in that area, then you're at level 4 and you've crossed the gap. You also might have a data scientist starting the team, and you may have a data engineer. Now, level 5, and keep in mind, not everybody needs to get to level 5, is much more about looking forward than looking back. So level 1, 2, 3, and 4 is all about what did our customers do previously and what can we tell about them and how can we improve the experience or the marketing or the campaigns based on that past performance. And level 5 is about looking forward, making guesses and significance and attribution modeling and propensity to convert, and effectively anything that requires some kind of data science and prediction. So that's not going to be suitable for everybody. You have more access to that in some of the new products like GA4, like modeling and so forth. But those are the 4 stages. So you've got level 1, basic accurate metrics. Level 2, performance-driven marketing. You've got 3, actual insights. 4, omni-channel marketing and automated personalization, and level 5, predictive analytics. So that's the curve. It's a difficult one in terms of jumping levels because problem with flawed data is that it can often be always a little bit flawed. So we will always occasionally need to leap a little bit further forward than might be absolutely perfect. And we don't live in a perfect world. So ideally, you will have absolutely perfect tracking and a completely complete measurement plan and measurement framework, but it can't be complete every day, all day, 24 hours. So in a perfect world, we want to work up the analytics maturity curve from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. And we do that in sequence. Realistically, that's not always going to be possible. There are some things that I think we shouldn't skip. We need a measurement framework. We need a spreadsheet that says these are the things that we track and why we care about them. We need that to enable basic tracking. If we don't have that, then when we try to do later things like data engineering, data science, you're going to be spending more time and more money clearing up poor data than actually getting the insights out that you need. And normally when you're working with those teams, they are more expensive. So it's actually cheaper to be able to work on good quality data now and get good quality insights out later. Having said that, there are workarounds. There are shortcuts that make sense. And we live in a world now where third-party data is out and first-party data is, first-party data is in. But again, that's not always possible. Like, it's not always easy to do. So there's plenty of tools out there that allow you to effectively use model data. GA4 works more in model data, and it's filling that gap for you. So I understand the two arguments there. Or this series is about data intervention. So I'm going to be more on the camp with sequential, orderly progress up the curve. But there are also lots of cool things we can do to skip steps. So, but we need to balance the pros and cons with those, with what the results could be now, but also any technical debt that we might be creating later. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe, and you can be notified when we release new videos. Please feel free to reach out if you have any suggestions of things you'd like us to cover. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.